Hello and welcome to another edition of Eternal Journey and that resolves, and this is Market Grenadins. So I haven't actually touched this since the beginning of set 4, but I did get a couple of new tools, particularly a new one with the recent sort of balance patch, which is pretty small actually, but did change Jawbone Greatsword to something that I think is a little bit more exciting to play with. We're just playing 2 in the deck, gives us a little bit of reach with just having a relic weapon in the deck, as well as being able to get rid of some problem units. But for the most part, because we do have stuff like Combustion Cell and just all the usual ways of just like triggering the tribute, we should be able to just very consistently get the brand without fear. And that's just going to add more like threat density to our deck, and you can turn this into like a 3-for-1 really. If you use it to kill like 2 things plus get the brand, like you're just really ahead. And if you're in a position where you can't actually play the brand, you can always just swap it out of the market, but I think the market is adding a lot to this deck, and we are playing the Shadow Merchant just because I do prefer the deadly version in this kind of deck. It gets us mostly the same kinds of stuff, but rather than having like a Combustion Cell in the market, we get to put a Stonescar Scrapper. Normally wouldn't want to play 4 Combustion Cells in the main, but because we do have the Merchant, we can trade it out. So let's take a look at the market. Got the Combust Madness, just really important cards you want to have access to at all times. You can't on 4, you know, it's not the best idea, but you can carry the merchant something away and then combust the merchant like if you're in a real pinch. But for the most part, it's just going to be grabbing you something important, but we've also got adding it a little bit more consistency to the deck, as we have like free access to just scrappers, Scraptanks and Jekk long gun, which isn't something you just want to draw multiples of, because often like the first or second one are just going to be pretty good as it is, especially with Combustion Cells. Just turn up, like zap something, give Voidbound, which is pretty good against like the Sentinel Reanimator deck that's been running around, as well as anyone just trying to mess around with like Haunting Scream. So we've noted that the Voidbound isn't a summon ability, so even if you don't get the tribute, you will still give anything that dies to Voidbound, although it's also worth noting that this isn't like Steward in the past, so when it enters play, it isn't going to affect everything in the void. It's just everything after Jekk's appeared. But overall, deck's probably pretty standard apart from that. I do have Tripwire Grenadins just because I really like their interaction with Combust if you're trying to deal with like Aegis threats. I think with the nerf to Levitate, an unintended side effect of that is that Aegis units are going to get better, so we do want some Tripwire Grenadins, and then just playing this grab Spycatcher just because, well, it's 2 bodies for the Gearcruncher, so let's go on those games. Okay, here on the draw, and the sand actually might be fine. It's a little bit slow because we're just like loads of free drops, but the counter merchant basically gets us anything else that we need, so I think this is actually probably okay. Give me the old Garbage Glorious. I think White's got like the best like pop-up emote. It's got a pretty sweet card. Yeah, well, more free drops, great, good, good. I suppose we get to go like 3 into, well, picking up a 5, I guess. Probably going to be picking up Scraptank, I'm guessing. Oh, I've got Scraptank. Probably like double Crest. Maybe this is the merchant deck. Okay, don't forget this. A Marn Stinger. Ooh. This card seems pretty sweet actually. So what do I think we do here? Can grab like a Jekk for later because we do already have 4 power. But I think it might just be grabbing a Stonescar Scrapper. I think we can chuck an assembly line just because we're going to make so many bodies anyway. And Scrapper can get us towards a little bit more action anyway. One thing we probably need to be concerned with is maybe this deck is playing something like Chaos Storm. I'm curious what our opponent's up to, what sort of deck this is. Yeah, I'm happy to trade here. Yep, so 6 power is great. Should set us up for a couple of different plays there. Just play. I'm sort of hesitant to play Scrapper like on the empty board like this because it will give us give our opponent the opportunity to be able to... Oh wow, they're a Haunted Scream deck. That is not what I expected. This is a bit of a spicy meatball to be Haunted Screaming actually. Just get all those Scorpion traps in there. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so I'm not very concerned about Hailstorm now. Just because my problem was like playing a Haunted Scream deck, then maybe that's just not what they're doing. Pretty glad that this was just like a Minor Stinger, not like a Rindra or like a Gorgon Fanatic. Okay, well let's just get in there for much damage, I guess. So sacrificing Grenadins is sort of fine because each one's +2/+2, so it does more damage anyway. As well as just getting us through that sort of nonsense with the Permafrost. Now it's crank our opponent for 10. Well, they get to Wasp our big guy. But that's still sort of fine. I mean, still feel pretty ahead on resources. Get to gain a life from Scrapper, just a lot of value going on here. But if they're Haunted Scream this and Minor Stinger, they've got to have something going on with the Scorpions here. Yeah, so how many Scorpion Wasp traps do we have? So put like, puts 3, so we've got 9 traps. I think that's probably fine. Well, I'm not attacking in this case, we're just on like Wasp Triable, so got something to think about now. I'm not sure was the first Desert Wasp. I'll just draw a few cards, I'll just... Give us a big boy over here. Draw a little bit deeper. Okay, well, this is fine. The 1/1 does keep the 7/7 back, but we do have like a bunch of other 1/1s just to attack through. Yeah, I've got to say this build of Haunted Scream's interesting. Not sure if it's also some like sort of combo finish here. Well, just attack with these dudes here, basically free. Don't want to trade up one of our payoffs for, well, an in-play deadly unit. Just chuck these in for cards. Drawing a bunch of cards is probably not the greatest when we're facing down like all these Scorpion traps. But I suppose we'll just fill up the board. We should be able to go around whatever our opponent's doing just with all these little Grenadins. And if our opponent does like fire for Hailstorm, that's sort of fine because we'll just have a huge Scraptank. Well, okay, Death Strike on that sort of fine. I think we're unlikely to have like a 2-cost answer to this. Could be Rindra's choice, but yeah, okay, so the opponent's not just going to attack for 15. Yeah, that was an interesting matchup to say the least. Okay. So I've just got a Tripwire Grenadin to go with this Devour. I've got a double Combustion cell. I only really want one of these. The second one's good sometimes if you really need to sacrifice outlets. But I think this is only just a redraw. I think we can do better with this hand. Now this hand is pretty much better. We've got some more proactive plays here. Let's play the Shadow Sigil first because if we can, I prefer just to hold on to the Granite Waystones. Although of course we don't drop our next turn. We'll need to play it just so we can like play our stuff out. Okay, so Common Cause and Justice, that's sort of interesting. Maybe it's playing like Valkyries, in which case I'll play the Spark Catcher because if our opponent is playing Valkyries and then they play a carrier captain, I'll just shoot it down on the troop. Okay, it must be like the TJP Blitz deck. Okay, well, I get to feel incredibly smart and thin here because we get to Tripwire Grenadin this, then attacking for 2. I'm not sure how this matchup's going to go. I believe they still are playing Levitate and the Accelerated Evolution card, so they should still be able to fly over. I would like to sort of, even though it's sort of worse, I'd like to keep the ping off this. Well, we'll attack for 2 just with the Spark Catcher. If our opponent like blocks, then we get to Devour this. But I think we'll just go to just keep our opponent not having anything in play, because they do have a lot of combat tricks that we can't really interact with. So I would much rather just strap them with like a bunch of Finest Hours in hand and just like nothing to play them on. We'll Devour here though. So I've almost got a fast speed spell there. Must be like a sort of like a Finest Hour or something. Doesn't really matter what we grab here. Suppose we'll just grab a Fire Sigil. Go ahead and drone it out. And then I'll probably just like sacrifice one of these. I can make some nice blocks with the Tripwire Grenadin as well. Okay. Well, I guess we're sacrificing this. Our opponent does have a trick, but we're just going to make him use it sort of like not really for any value. Yeah, okay, so they just stand together. So not what I was expecting really. Okay, this is great. So we get to keep them really busy, just like a bunch of Grenadins on the ground. I'm sort of happy to aggressively trade these just because we do get them back next turn anyway. Attacking in there is not great because it doesn't really get us anywhere, but just having a load of blocks in play here. Okay, well, just Crest the Chaos here. I don't really want a Grenadin draw, I prefer something a little bit more proactive, but we've got like a bunch of bodies in play. So I'm hoping that this is like a turn that they go for it, just to try and clear our board up. But yeah, I was pretty disappointed by the nerfs that we actually got. Okay, sweet. Let's get to use this. Yeah. How many do I get with this? I can't get 4. We've not got enough to make any real blocks. Well, we'll get them back. Let's just have more in the void so that our Gearcruncher looks cooler. And then we should be able to next turn just start to mow down whatever our opponent's up to. Just plow another Grenadin in there as well. Okay, so would this be lethal? Probably not. So we can let one through, and then we're just going to start to machine gun stuff down. Don't think they can kill us with a 5/5 from 2 cards. They really need to be able to give their own units sort of overwhelm here. And let's kill the 5/5 because it's also gain our opponent health. This is an stand together, we'll just sort of keep trying to do this over the next couple of turns. Something to think about there is perhaps we don't have enough Grenadins in play, so actually if we have 9 in play, yeah, so we're fine. That's Crest here. I'm going to be keeping this power in hand just in case we find a merchant. Jawbone Greatsword is interesting because it lets us kill one of the Aegis threats next turn. But I don't think we'll be able to get the tribute off, although I'll keep it anyway. As I would like to attack him with a couple of the boys. This way, one of them dies. I've still got 3 blockers back, so that's pretty fine. That point is unlikely to be able to kill us with like the 1 card here, which is a fast spell, plus whatever else they draw. Because if they just drew brick and like draw a unit or a power, then they're going to be pretty dead. Just want to actually try and turn the corner and get our opponent dead here. And yeah, let's just So this could do potential like 10 damage or something. That's fine. If it can kill us, it can kill us. I think we probably should have actually just blocked the double damage though. Okay. Getting the finest out now is actually pretty good as well. So I'll take 10, take 14. So if we Jawbone here, well, I'm gonna do this first. Kill the 2-3. Jawbone the 3-3. Now we've got 6 there, so. Just leave 2 back so we can just like chump it. We do need to like start turning the game around here, just like kill our opponent whilst they've all got one huge threat in play. Okay, so we've got a 7/7 now. Just going to block. Don't think this deck plays any way of giving overwhelm, so should just be able to go around this. So I didn't go with the attack with everyone because I'm a little bit concerned that the fast spell they've got here is Equivocate. So I'd rather just set up like definite lethal next turn. Okay, so it's stand together. Yeah, so if our opponent has like a levitate run trouble, but they don't, so we'll just chump it here. Yeah, it's a little bit rough there. But probably actually just a mistake that last turn. But opponent's got nothing, so just get to clank in there. And they're a friend as well, so I'll talk to them after the match. Okay, well, here on the draw against a champion of Fury, so it could be in trouble, but it might not be well actually playing it. I think this hand's actually fine. Grenadin Merchant gives us whatever we want. Got the Combustion cell as well, so I think I will keep this. If they're actually beat down deck as well, we've got like Grenadin drone into Grenadin Merchant. So this could be old school large part, or it could be like a removal pile sort of deck. So get the party started for a couple of Grenadins. So common cause with no influence. Okay. Well, not into Devour quite yet. I'm sort of interested to see what our opponent's up to. Could be Gunslingers, Minotaurs, or Valkyries with the common cause here. I think I am just going to trade this Grenadin drone up for a Scraptank though, just to get just a bit more pressure into play. Okay, so like a removal pile deck. Yeah, so they've been struggling on power. I'm not sure what the common cause is doing. Could just have an actual bunch of Gunslingers or Valkyries because there is a lot across those factions. Okay, makes sense now. Does it? I don't know. Leaving the Grenadin in play seems suspicious, but I suppose it stops us from ramping something out. So it pulls us off our Scraptank that we wanted this turn. Yeah, it must be Gunslingers then. Well, this is both all fine actually. Just draw some cards. Let them gain a bit of health, that's fine. So what I'm going to do here though is I don't think our opponent's got a third torch. That's sort of be nonsense, but we could play around it by sacrificing one of these just to make a 5/5. Gives our opponent the out of having Vanquish, but it means that we're big enough to like knock out any most relic weapons. Yeah, I think it's better just growing that actually. Opponent's probably just playing like Slays instead of Vanquish anyway. But I did feel like there was a fast pause there, so they might actually just have the torch, which would be pretty smart and thin of us to sniff that out. We don't have to be concerned about Harsh Rule. Harsh Rule is going to be a bit of a pain here. So we don't really want to extend our Gearcruncher into that. Yeah, so it's just a Slay. That's fine. So I think I might actually just Gearcruncher anyway. Don't want to give him like the torch to stop us from rubbing it out. So because we are playing the Shadow Merchant, we can't have like a Gearcruncher in here. Let's chuckle in for a little bit of damage here. Second one of these, it's effectively free. I will play the Gearcruncher. I'm just going to scout first. Yeah, Scraptank's good. If our opponent attacks all, I don't think our left hole's under enough pressure where we actually need to block it. Okay, so this makes me feel like there's going to be less chance of them having Harsh Rules because they do have Bloodlight here. Oh, Pineapple Pistol, nice. Well, I think now we actually block. Our opponent does get to gain like 1,000,000 lives. And the torch gets to blows out. Yeah, I should have blocked before really. Because I just feel like they had their fast spell. Well, I suppose, yeah, Devour's fine. Digs us a little bit deeper. I'll take it for free and I'll do the same thing. Gives us less bodies, gives us a 5 in play. Seems fine. Probably going to be unable to block this until next turn. But if I put an attack here, oh, this is fine. Just like attack us for 8, yeah. So now it's sort of interesting because we can mess about and just like attack with everything but like these two just to make sure we've got something black and then just block plus Devour so opponent doesn't get to gain lives. And I think that's what we'll do. Because it'll stop our opponent gaining life, get us a little bit deeper, and it's just a little bit more tricksy, although because we've got so much power, maybe we should have just devoured because we could have just played whatever we drew. But yeah, okay, it's just like the actual Gunslinger's deck here. Well, just do the old trick of block plus Devour. Happy just to take 3 here because we are gaining 2 anyway. Okay, so that's sort of awful because we just drew more power. But Jawbone Greatsword could be pretty good here. Let's Crest it up first. Tripwire Grenadin, no thank you. This should pull us up to 9 now, so we can block the 8/6. Okay, so we've got our brand as well. I think we'll actually just play out our brand, sacrifice this just to give it overwhelm, and then should perhaps be able to like set up a lethal. This is going to be a bit of a nuisance, so this Run Joe that just keeps on growing. So we can give ourselves 13 power. We're already enough to trade with both of these. So I suppose that's what we'll do. No. Can't be right. Yeah, we'll just attack with this, give it Berserk. Kill the big boy. That was sort of fine, gives our thing +2/+2. Yeah, this game's always quite difficult when you're playing Grenadins. Also, I'm super tired, if you can tell. It's the first time I've had a chance to record basically all week. This is on the Sunday. I usually try and record on like Friday and Saturday. So that's probably fine because there's more bodies. Get crunchy for 13 here. Yeah, keep these shell sigils. I've got like 10 power already. Access to 12 if we need it. I'd rather just keep them for the merchants. Oh, there we go, right on time. So let's Jekk long gun, I guess. Is it Jekk or is it like Stonescar Scrapper? Scrapper does like draws us a million cards, but Jekk does like threatens us put the game away. Do a lot of power, yeah. Well, I probably conceded they were probably dead to whatever we got, but that's an interesting decision point. Do you get the thing that draws more cards, or do you get the thing that's closest to the game? I thought it was on one card, so I was probably just going to get Jekk just to try and close it out. But it's a good argument for us getting the Scrapper as well. Okay, here on the draw, I don't like the look of this hand. Doesn't really seem to do too much, just like a million Devours, not enough power. So redraw this. This is pretty nice as well. I'm hopefully going to be able to sort of trigger the tribute on this Jawbone Greatsword just because we do have the assembly line to sort of set it up. I think this Crest of Chaos is probably going to be trying to dig us to some more power, so any Stonescar banner can stay up. Any non-power will just be bottom there. Sometimes with the crests you know what you need more than like it matters what your opponent's up to. So opponent could be like playing like the Xenon Killers deck or like some sort of Xenon control. Doesn't really matter at that point, we just needed more power. So I'm hoping that the Jawbone Greatsword's good here. Well, Dawnwalker's a bit of a pain. We can sort of deal with it with Jekk, but that is a long way coming. This is fine. I think we try and attack here. If our opponent blocks, we just Jawbone it anyway. Basically, there's not a turn sequence next turn where I don't just like Jawbone this. It's because we do draw a lot of cards in this deck. Though we can for the most part like blanket quite a lot. Yes, I opponent's not having it, but Jawbone's still just going to come down and pop this. Shouldn't be anything our opponent can do about that just with like the one undepleted power. Trading Jawbone 1-for-1 is not great. You do sort of prefer to pick up the brand, but if not, it's not the end of the world. And we can right here work towards Jekk, which is going to be nice because Jekk rats, virus choice. Well, I think it's so good. Like, take what you want. Scraptank, well. What can Merchant get in this deck? Banish or Iron or something? Yeah, we really like to draw power. Could be like a Kindness or something. But we should pretty much be able to keep the ground busy for quite some time here. Getting this tribute off is going to be a little bit rough. Actually, could have been Xenon Initiation. That could be it. Well, in that case, get to attack for free then. Yeah, we'll lose one, but we just basically transfer a 1-1 into a +2/+2 buff. It's still not big enough to survive a Xenon Initiation if that's what our opponent got. Yeah, Perch we kind of saw. I think at this point I will actually trade a Grenadin off just against the Dawnwalker, because we are going to keep our opponent pretty busy here. So Jekk's actually a big boy, and in not having the killer unit is probably fine because we don't have any like tribute enablers anyway right now. Also, we get to draw a card. I mean, if we draw like a power next turn, we still get to Gearcruncher, which is pretty nice. But whatever we draw, we can probably play. Okay, so Crest is nicer. Fetch up like Fire Sigil, like whatever. Get Crest out here. Combust is pretty good actually, because this means with this we can actually use the Combust to kill something, voidbound it, and then we can still play the Gearcruncher, which is pretty nice. I do like how cheap Combust is. Okay, well, Jekk is now just a big boy instead of being anything else. So we can put 4 in front of her. Take a lot of damage, I know. Let's get rid of this. Take 6 and then complete the board. Let's just like block everything on the Darmok as well, just to cut down the trample damage. But yeah, that Vara's choice was pretty good for our opponent. We're still going to combust one of the dudes. Maybe that was a reason for leaving one behind. But it shouldn't realistically matter. I am just going to kill the overwhelmed one. Because we could just like chump this dude and then just kill it next time. Not super happy about my silenced 7/7 for 6, but what can you do here? Okay, so the Z initiation there, we're killing the Gearcruncher. Pretty good beats. Probably just going to put like infinite dudes in front of this just to kill it. So shame there's not like a block all button. I suppose we are worried about Cabal's standard here. What does that give them? Yeah. Stonescar banner is not quite what we're looking for here, but I suppose we've got a 7/7, which sort of stands toe to toe with like the big dudes over here. My opponent just attacks with the Rub Knife Assassin, just going to double block it. Let's play around one removal spell. I'll hopefully not get like rapid shot by this. Okay, so we appear to have stabilised. Our opponent doesn't just put like some game-ending threat into play, like an Owlhead or some other nonsense like that. So Madness could be good. No, it's not. We don't have anything to go with it. So we're keeping one back in case of Iron. Iron's pretty good for our opponent here, because it gets to block it again and 3 lives, and then it gets to attack back. I just think suspicion. Well, I knew that Iron was bad for us, but I didn't know that our opponent had it. So opponent does get to sort of gain another 3 lives here, and then we're going to be sort of sat back for a little while. A Warcry really paid off. Well, yep, just taking the 3 here. We do need something pretty special here, and the City of Chaos is not quite it. So giving all GGs, move on to the last game. I'm not sure how the matchup's supposed to go. Seem both quite grindy, but opponent does have a lot of overwhelm threats, which are a bit of a problem. And Vara's choice is just a beating. So this sounds interesting. We do have the 3rd power because we've got the Seek power. We've got Quarry, and yeah, I think it sounds actually fine. Got a bunch of stuff to do, some interaction with Combust and like Jawbone Greatsword. I really want to show it off in these games. When I played this deck on the ladder for a bit, Jawbone was just consistently really good. Of course, just digging up a Fire Sigil here. Probably just going to be Quarrying next turn. I think the other video I'm going to do is the sort of merchant combo deck. Seems pretty cool, but I'll leave that till later on when I'm a little bit more awake. And yeah, I think it's Combustion Cell here. Sets up Tribute for the Jawbone Greatsword, as well as, yeah, actually gets you up to the 6-drop that it creates as well. So Teacher Humility deck here. I think I'm just going to Combust this, just get rid of this nonsense, like, no thank you. Then hopefully we'll just get to Jawbone Greatsword, whatever comes next. That brand on it to board seems pretty nice actually. So opponent can go up to 6 with this. So our brand might just be like, take a boatload of damage and make our opponent use their trick. Yeah, so we'll start the do a finest hour here. The +1/+1 scout doesn't do it, but I'm assuming if our opponent had finest hour here, they'd just be snapping it off. So maybe this is a more difficult decision than that. Yeah, finest hour. So we'll just take like a bunch of damage for no reason, but we get the finest hour of our opponent. And we've still got a brand, so next turn probably assembly line. If we draw a power, maybe Devour. Well, actually, now we've got the madness in play, we can sort of steal this when it becomes a problem and just like combustion it away. So I'm just going to put 3 dudes into play. Get to block the Crown Witch Traitor. Now, if I put something like a nice weapon on this, then I'm good to steal it and get rid. So this double attack here means maybe they've got finest hour. I'm sort of fine with that, just using it to get through. Rats, stand together. Yeah, we've got there. I suppose we devour one of these, just try and find something. Combustion cell isn't quite my definition of something, but it'll do. Probably playing brand just as a blocker next turn. I've always just like silence an enemy unit in hand. That would have been pretty much a problem for us. But yeah, put it dead here. So let's scoop them up. Okay, so that was Market Grenadins. Deck still seems like it's pretty fine. If the Blitz deck can't use Levitate and the Evolution as readily as it previously could, that's probably only good for the deck because you're able to clog up the ground pretty effectively. And I do like Grenadin Merchant just having deadly against things that would be using combat tricks is pretty nice because it doesn't matter how much the finest hour, it's getting taken down by the Merchant. I was actually like the market just as a way of making the deck more consistent as well, because you're actually just tutoring for cards that you would want, which seems to be a lot more powerful than just getting like random sideboard cards, at least in this kind of deck. But I could see if we had like the Fire Merchant instead, that could change because you're able to have access to cards like Boar. Like the Shadow sideboard doesn't seem super great so far, but I'm happy with this. Just we've got removal spell plus void interaction, just like bodies and payoffs, as well as just like the 2 pieces of the puzzle that you're often missing. So yeah, I think the market's nice. This deck could do some work, of course, but I still think it's for sure good, and you know, we've given it a try on the ladder. So that's all for me. Thanks for watching. I think that was all. See you around. Yeah, boy.